Hey everyone, welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. In this video, I'm going to do a redo of an old video from a couple years ago where I talked about sources of stamina and how to get stamina. And there have been a lot of additions to the game and different sources on where you can get that stamina. So I think it's time for an update. First, I'd like to say thank you to APTOIDE for being a sponsor for this video. And if you are interested in getting discounts and cash back from APTOIDE, then just look at the information in the description. Okay, on to the video. So the list that I'm going to give here, I mean, there's a lot of sources of stamina in the game. Some of them are great. Some of them are, there. I'm going to talk more about the primary ones. There's, of course, going to be some extra ones that are like 10 stamina here or 25 there. But I'm going to focus more on the primary ones. Now, the difficulty I'm going to have here is some of the stuff isn't currently available in the event that's on right now. So I'm just going to have to talk about them rather than show, but I'll do my best. One of my favorite ways to get stamina is the resource consumption event. So when the resource consumption event comes around once a month, and you spend resources, depending on how far you go, you'll get a significant amount of stamina. So just checking out here for just food, and keep in mind there's food, lumber, stone, and ore. Just the food. Going down to having spent 20 billion food, I get 200s there, 4, 8, 12, 20, 40, and 80. It adds up to a lot of stamina, considering that you're doing it for 4 different resource types. So in total, that's, the most significant source of stamina in the game, in my opinion. The next one I'll talk about, I can't actually show. It's the crazy eggs, but you see it all the time whenever events come around. The stamina that you get, I think, is from doing the 4th crazy egg, the highest spending one. I think it's using 6 hammers, and you have a chance to get 100 stamina. Now, it's not the most consistent, but it is a good source of stamina, and really some gems too, and other stuff. So when you are doing the crazy eggs, you're going to get some stamina there too. Another source from a recurring event is the Dwarf's Lucky Apple event. That's the one where you get those witch pies, and you're going to, go find some witches and cream pie them. And then you go and let's see if I got a few here. I'm sure I do. I believe it is active. So I'll go and show you that. Okay, it's not here. There we go. It should be here. Dwarf's Lucky Apple. I got a lot. So I do it over here in the 5th Lucky Apple. And oh, look at that. I got 100 stamina. So yeah, I don't have so many now, but I have done quite a bit. So I've got 14 lucky pies. So that means, I've done quite a bit. And I've probably got, I don't know, at least 1,000, 2,000 stamina just out of that. So it is worthwhile to do that. Another very easy source of daily stamina, not the greatest, but an easy source nonetheless, is if you go over to the Arch of Triumph, and you send in some wishes. So let's do that. I don't really care who I send it to because it makes no difference. I'm just going to do that. You'll get some items in your inventory. And they look like little bags, I believe. Here we go. And you'll see in the details that you can get 50 stamina. Now, I don't think you're guaranteed to get it, but there, I got 2. So I got 100 stamina just from a couple clicks. Okay, next one. Garuda is not currently active, but the Garuda event, it's a pretty crappy event that happens every once in a while, but you do have a couple of the claiming that you can do that gets you some stamina. I think you get like 150, 160 stamina total. I think it's like a 100, a 50, and a 10. And it's very easy to do. So, if your alliance is doing it anyway, just go and collect them. This next one, the Lucky Composing event, that's the one where you collect cards throughout an event and then, make combinations and you redeem them. Not this. When you do that, you have a chance to get stamina depending on the composition that you do. However, at the same time, it used to be very consistent that you'd get stamina in like the 10th or the 9th composition. But these days, they don't seem to put stamina in there very often. Like, I haven't seen it in quite a while, which is unfortunate because could always use some more stamina. Okay, lucky composing event. Yeah, that we talked about that one. Between consumptions, so like right after this resource consumption event, there's a dead period of about 4 or 5 days before the start of the next weekend, which is the speed up consumption. During that time, they have these mini events going on where you get like fragrances or I don't know, whatever, and you can redeem those for general tokens and resources and other items. And you can also get stamina, but you can only get 3 100s out of that. But it is a source of stamina that's pretty easy. One of the next ones is the Witch's Treasure Bag. So those candies that it used to be just a Halloween event many years ago, and then they decided to, give everybody candy all throughout the year. I don't know if I have any active. I'm gonna take a look down. I don't think I have any candy. Oh, I do. Look at that. So the stamina that you get only comes from the third bag of the Witch's Bag. What is it called? The Witch's Treasure Bag. So I'm going to see if I can get a few there. Load all this candy. And we'll see if we can get some stamina. It's not a great source of stamina because it's a chance to get stamina, and it's only on the third bag, which is hard to get to. But let's see, 470. Let's go forward. Okay, now we're down to 231. And how many third bags do I have? I've got 103. So for about 500 of the initial treasure bags, let's see how much stamina we get. We get 3,400, so decent, right? I mean, that's a nice little collection. All right. Next up, we have the King's Path, which is not currently active. It's usually at the start of consumption events. And I think there's one tree called Unstoppable. And in there, you can get a total of something between 500 to 750 stamina. I think it's like 600 and something. There's a few different levels, and you'll collect stamina by just redeeming. It's the one where you're hunting bosses. So you got to kill 200 bosses or something like that, which you're probably going to do anyway, so it's free stamina. All right, Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite ways to get stamina. I get a huge collection of, those coins that we get from like Hydras and stuff. Probably have a crap ton somewhere. These ones, the 500 chips. So, I mean, I've got a lot of chips. Let's just do a couple spins and we'll see what kind of stamina we get out of this. So I'll do 100 spin here. And stamina, come on. We got 350s. Is that it? Come on. Usually it's better than that. Let's go again. 150 there. 100 there. Didn't even get any hundreds. So it's pretty inconsistent, but it's so easy to get chips that if you just do a lot of spins regularly, you're going to get a ton of stamina. I got 7 there. And that's only 9,000 coins that I'm using each time to get just some free stamina. So it does replenish your quantity quite a bit. Did I get nothing? Well, that sucks. There, I got a 100 there and a couple 50s. It's not like huge amounts each time, but I mean, look how many times I can spin it, right? So I will collect quite a bit of stamina in the end, just going through this a bunch of times. Okay. Next one. The shopping spree event. You usually find that one down here. It just pops up sometime. I haven't seen it in a while, but you can wait for certain times and then you can get some really good stuff in there. Like I like to buy the 3-day bubbles and I like to buy stamina as well in there. They're pretty good prices. The store is another main source of stamina. So there's a couple ways that you can get there. You can get there up here and items, I believe. right here. So it says 400 right now, and that's because I've already purchased, but it starts at 200 and it escalates. So after you buy like, I don't know, was it 5 or 10? Then it goes up to 400, and then I think it goes up to like 600, 800. But only when it's 200 is it actually worth it. It's 200 is pretty good price, but after that, I would probably stop. So you can get 200 gems for like, and I think they're 50 staminas. So it's 200 for every 50 stamina. The next least expensive source of stamina is to go into the black market, and you can refresh. And oh, here, I already got it. That was a quick one. So it's, in this case, it's 300 rather than the 200 from the store. But if you need that excess stamina, which like I do, I'll regularly purchase this as well because I mean, it's cheaper than the 400, right? And this price doesn't change, and I can double down and get it again. So I like to look in here, and I usually get a couple thousand stamina every day just getting stuff in here. Okay, I like to use all my double chances on just getting stamina. But, you know, that's just me. All right, I'll do that later. Okay, another way. I don't usually use this way, although maybe I should. Alliance Shop also sells stamina. You can buy 10, 50, or 100, and it costs Alliance points, 30, 50, or 100,000. But it is limited. See, I can only buy one. I'm just not too consistent with getting these, so I'll get one of these and one of these. Sure, why not? And that's a daily thing. Oh, I can get more. So I can get 2 of those. Cool. And let me check the 3-day bubbles up. Nope, not yet. 5 hours. Okay. Next, obviously, you can get stamina through packages. I mean, that's for spenders, that's the main source of stamina, and that's why they have thousands and thousands and thousands of stamina in stacks in their inventory that they haven't gone through, because it comes pretty easily in packages, some better than others. And if you are going to spend, then definitely do it through APTOIDE so you can get your cash back as well. Just keep that in mind. There's also a lot of other smaller sources of stamina. Like, I mean, I don't want to go through every single one, but like the tavern, every 3 times a day, I think it's like every 8 hours, and it's on a clock based on the server. You'll have a little meat thing that pops up here. You click it for 25. And then there's the daily login rewards too. They used to be down here with a little cart, but they're not there anymore. I think, I don't know. I think they're on the wall. Yeah, you can get some stamina there too. And I don't know if there's any other major sources of stamina. I think that's about it here in my list. And well, there are other ways to get stamina. For example, some people will have multiple farms or accounts, and they'll just use waybills to transfer stamina, and that's a huge source of stamina. If you do have it on alts, you can just use an advanced waybill or a waybill and just send yourself hundreds and hundreds of stamina to replenish your stock. You know, that happens pretty frequently as well. But of course, you know, with all the tracking these days with resources and you know, all that, keep in mind that it could be logged. I don't know. It might not. Okay, that's about it for the stamina video. Hopefully it's helpful to some people, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. If you liked what you saw, please consider hitting the like button and checking out other videos on the Miser's Guide to Evony. I'll see you in the next video.